Hey guys, how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing great. This is going to be a hopefully short review of the Xbox big controller, the original controller that shipped with the consoles in North America. It's been dubbed by many as the Duke. Um, I'm not sure why it's called Duke actually, but it's in reference to it being very large. Um, Probably one of the bigger controllers out there. But a lot of people don't like this one since they created the new Microsoft S controller, which I guess S for small. I don't ever use this one. Recently I plugged this controller in to try it out. I'm pretty sure this is the controller that I used when I first started experiencing the Xbox, when I borrowed my friends for the first time. Um, I actually liked it then, but I think that was actually before they even came out with the Microsoft S. So, um, people were complaining it was big. I thought it was pretty good, but using it recently, I have to say it's not nearly as good as the smaller one. The main thing is thumbsticks. It's in an all right place here, but this one's a little bit too far in the center. And when I've got both hands on it, I have moderately sized hands. I don't know if I have big or small hands, but someone with small hands is going to have trouble. First of all, if you're gripping it even, you have to stretch all the way over just to hit the select. The back and the start buttons are in the middle instead of on the side. And since the controller's so big, they're hard to get a hold of. The D-pad is different. It's sort of this wavy gravy style. It's not like the Microsoft S controller, which has, simple D-pad. A lot of people don't like the D-pad on the Xbox, and I agree with that. It's not very well made. This one, I don't know if it's better or worse. I would have to say it's worse because since it's wavy, so you're not really sure what you're pressing unless you look at it. It's basically the same thing. The jewel in the middle is gigantic now, which because it's a bigger controller. This is the one that came out first, and in Japan they got their Microsoft S controller bundled with their system, so they had already designed this. So why they made this bigger one, I really don't know. Especially since, if they want kids to appeal to the console, why did they build a big fat controller that they can't use? This is hard to get used to because it's in a different shape than the S controller, which has a nice diamond shape or triangle shape. This one is more like an oval, and when you got your thumbs on it, you kind of have to look, okay, what button am I pressing, because it's just very confusing the way it's designed. Also, the black and the white buttons are up here, so it took me a while to get used to that. And I've been testing this controller out with just one game, and that's Max Payne 2. I know that's kind of unfair, but anyway, big deal. That's what I tried it with. It used the joysticks a lot. I didn't mind it at first. I thought it was cool. But I don't know, the joysticks felt different. They just weren't as easy, and felt like when I'm pressing left over here with my right hand going right, I had to push farther and harder with my thumb. It was wearing my hands out more. Everything else the same. The triggers are pretty much the same. Yeah, this controller is not nearly as good as the S. The S is so much better. It fits better in your hand. So much easier to hit all the buttons. It's so much better with back and start here instead of in the center. I don't know why they did that, and I really don't understand why they designed this and didn't bring it out in America. Not very smart decision. This is the way to go. And the Microsoft Duke controller is not very good, but if you don't have a controller at all you got is this for your Xbox. Hey, I mean, you got a controller. I mean, it works fine. I don't have much complaints with it, really. It's a solid controller. It's just not for younger people with smaller hands. And yeah, so that's my review. It's a decent controller. If I had to give it a score out of 10, because there is the better controller, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. But if there wasn't a better controller option for the Xbox, I might give this a 6 or 7 out of 10 because it's alright. But it's not very nice and not very comfortable. Thanks for watching.